Only 5% of people achieve true individuation. And the discovery I will share at the end of this is the one most psychologists never discuss publicly. Let's take the example of a young woman named Sarah, who had always been driven to succeed. She had a high-powered job, a beautiful home, and a loving family. But despite her outward success, Sarah felt unfulfilled and empty inside. She felt like she was living someone else's dream, rather than her own. This is a classic case of what Carl Jung called the persona, where we wear a mask to hide our true selves. But what happens when we try to break free from this mask and become our true selves? The journey to individuation is not an easy one, but it is a necessary one. As we explore this journey, we'll see how it can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life. The next pattern is the one that keeps the most intelligent people trapped. According to Sigmund Freud, the journey to individuation is a process of integrating the unconscious and conscious mind. This means acknowledging and accepting our shadow selves, rather than trying to hide or deny them. As Freud said, the ego represents what we call reason and sanity, in contrast to the ID which contains the passions. But what happens when our ego and ID are in conflict? How can we reconcile these two opposing forces and become a more whole and integrated person? Let's look at the example of a man named John, who had a successful career as a lawyer, but felt unfulfilled and restless. He had a passion for art, but had never pursued it as a career. As he began to explore his creative side, he discovered a new sense of purpose and meaning. This is an example of how the journey to individuation can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life. What the research shows next will make you question every decision you have made this week. One of the key insights of Carl Jung's theory of individuation is the concept of the personal unconscious. This refers to the unique, individual aspects of our unconscious mind that are shaped by our experiences and memories. As we journey towards individuation, we must confront and integrate these personal unconscious elements, rather than trying to suppress or deny them. But how can we do this in practice? Let's look at the example of a woman named Emily, who had always struggled with anxiety and self-doubt. As she began to explore her personal unconscious, she discovered a deep-seated fear of failure that had been holding her back. By confronting and integrating this fear, she was able to overcome her anxiety and develop a more confident and self-assured personality. The last insight on this list is the one most people cannot face about themselves. So how can we apply the principles of individuation in our own lives? The first step is to develop a greater awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This means paying attention to our emotions and physical sensations, and being honest with ourselves about our motivations and desires. The next step is to begin to explore our personal unconscious, through practices such as journaling, meditation, or therapy. By confronting and integrating our shadow selves, we can become more whole and integrated individuals. Finally, we must be willing to take risks and challenge ourselves to grow and develop. This means stepping outside of our comfort zones and trying new things, even if they scare us. As we embark on this journey, we'll discover that the rewards are well worth the risks. In conclusion, the journey to individuation is a lifelong process of growth and self-discovery. It requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to confront our shadow selves. But the rewards are well worth the effort, as we become more authentic, confident, and fulfilled individuals. As Carl Jung said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. And the discovery I promised to share at the beginning of this video is that the key to individuation lies not in changing our external circumstances, but in transforming our inner world. By integrating our unconscious and conscious mind, we can become the person we were meant to be. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos on psychology and personal growth. If this video helped you understand yourself or someone around you better, subscribe. New psychology insights every single day.